Hello, this is Dan's show on the tube. I'm Dan, and this is the AEW Collision Results for 12/21/2024. Let's get to it. First off, Will Ospreay fought Ricochet in a Continental Classic Gold League matchup. Ricochet worked heel this match. I've never seen that before. I'm kind of interested in seeing how it's going to go. Will Ospreay made his entrance, and they showered him with the streamers, as is the Japanese tradition, and he spent a lot of time over there, so it's something he's used to. Then Ricochet got showered with toilet paper. Late in the match, Ricochet bounced into the referee, who bounced into the ropes, who knocked Will Ospreay off the ropes, and allowed Ricochet to hit a spirit gun for the win. Next up was the promo with Adam Cole and MJF. If you get a chance to see this promo, see it. Go out of your way to see it. It's one of the best promos I've seen in a while. MJF really elevated Adam Cole, and I think that's great. I think that's what every wrestler that is worth anything strives to do. You make your opponent look better as well as put yourself over, and he did a really good job. The stuff that he said to Adam Cole allowed Adam Cole to have what I think was the promo of Adam Cole's career, and Adam Cole is, to me, an average promo guy. This was pretty good, though, for him. After the promo, they start fighting, and MJF hit a low blow. After he hit the low blow, he went for the Diamond Dynamite ring. And when he went to hit Adam Cole with it, Undisputed Kingdom come out and chased him off, so he wasn't able to use the ring. Next up, Chris Statlander challenged Mercedes Moné to a TBS championship match at World's End. I don't see Statlander beating Moné, but that could be because Mercedes is my favorite wrestler as far as females on the AEW roster. I'm a big fan of hers. I'm a big fan of Britt Baker's. I kind of like Thunder Rosa. And I think Mercedes was going to probably win that match. Next up, Orange Cassidy cut a promo for AEW's World's End for the title match. He's in the Fatal 4-Way, and I would love to see Orange Cassidy win. He's one of my favorite AEW talents that's come up from AEW, but I don't see it happening. There was a match with Chris Statlander and Penelope Ford. The one thing about this match that really impressed me was Statlander's strength. There was an exchange where she put Penelope Ford up for a vertical suplex and probably held her for a shoot 20 to 30 seconds. And then Penelope Ford reversed out of it, slipped into a sleeper hold, thus riding Statlander's back. Statlander took her, spun her around, put her back up in the vertical suplex position, and held her there another 10 seconds before dropping her. Statlander won with the Saturday Night Special. After she won, Mercedes Moné came out and accepted the challenge for the TBS Championship at World's End. Big Justice and AJ came out to promote New York and get the crowd hyped up, and were kind of doing the rah, rah, rah thing. I don't really like them. I think they're a bit goofy. Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and the Bad Apple came out and started getting on to them really hard and telling them that they were the king of New York and really hyping themselves up. And they came to the ring, and Anthony Bowen come out and challenged Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho says, "You want to fight me tonight?" And started to walk to the ring. And then Chris Jericho said, "Not tonight," and walked away. Next up, Tyra Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo cut a promo. And in the middle of their promo, they were cut off by Toni Storm, who introduced herself to everybody like none of them had ever met her. And Deonna Purrazzo offered Toni Storm a match against Tyra Valkyrie. And Tony Storm accepted the match and acted like she didn't know any of the people or was surprised by the match and excited. Um, I like this new character for Tony Storm. I think it's going to even be better than the Timeless Tony. Shelton Benjamin fought Daniel Garcia in a Continental Classic Blue League match. Daniel Garcia amazingly out wrestled Shelton and won with a jackknife cover. After the match, Bobby Lashley attacked Daniel Garcia, and then Mark Briscoe come out with a chair to get Lashley off of Garcia, and they got everybody separated, and when they got everybody separated, Swerve Strickland come off the top ropes and attacked everybody, knocked everybody down, and then challenged Bobby Lashley to a match. One of the highlights of this match, and it's one of the coolest things, I love to see crowd interaction. Especially with the younger fans. And there were 3 kids who couldn't have been more than 10. At a point in the match, Daniel Garcia got knocked out to the ring, and there were these 3 little kids. One of them had a hologram mask on, and then it was 2 other little kids. Like I said, they couldn't have been more than 10. They reached down and grabbed a hold of Daniel Garcia, and he sold the attack and worked his way to his feet, but also made it look as if the children were pulling him up, and I thought that was really cool interaction with the crowd. I love seeing stuff like that. I worked heel most of my wrestling career, so I didn't get an opportunity to do stuff like that, but that's one thing I really wish I would have got to do more in the business. Next up was Mark Briscoe versus the Beast Mortos in the Continental Classic Blue League. Mark Briscoe won with a J Driller. A lot of high flying out of Briscoe. I like watching him. He's one of my favorites, and I think he's one of the most unique promos in wrestling. Not necessarily the best, but one of the most unique. He comes up with some interesting things on the mic. Next up, Mariah May was getting interviewed about her upcoming match with Thunder Rosa. She mentioned Thunder Rosa's dad, and that set Thunder Rosa off, and she attacked Mariah May, and security finally broke it up after a little bit. Next up was a video for World's End with the Death Riders. They were out in the desert in the truck. I like these promos. I pretty much like every member of the Death Riders. I'm not crazy about the girl, and I'm definitely not crazy about Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta does nothing for me. Marina Shafir does not much. The rest of the members I'm real big fans of, though. The final match was Darby Allin versus AEW World Trios Champion Claudio Castagnoli in a Continental Classic Gold League match. Claudio won with a brass knuck shot late in the match. He knocked out Darby, and then after he pinned Darby, Will Ospreay hit the ring to make sure there wasn't any more of an attack on Darby. He chased Claudio off and checked on Darby, and that was the end of the show.